Just voices.
everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
We are so excited to be here, and this is so special. This is so special. Nationally today, Jewish Federations of North America has declared this Shabbat, for whatever reason, I truthfully don't know why this Shabbat, but no matter, they've declared it a Shabbat of love. Shabbat of love, right? And it feels that way in this room, doesn't it? Because it is so nice to be together as community. Everyone who's here, raise your hand if you're here from the Hebrew Educational Alliance. Woo. Raise your hand if you're here from DU Hillel. Woo. Raise your hand if you're here from Mines Hillel. Raise your hand if you're here from some other Hillel or place that I didn't mention. I don't want to leave anyone out. Yes, Dan Leshem. We'll call you a part of all of those, actually. It's really nice to be together. What is Shabbat of love? I think it's this. It's being together in a time of joy. It's being together as community. It's finding within each of us and within the space of community some connection, some joy. Wherever you came from this week, we can find that. I'm Rabbi Sarah Shulman. I'm one of the rabbis at the Hebrew Educational Alliance, and I am so delighted to be here with Lily, with our amazing musicians. Can we introduce our amazing musicians? Maybe starting over here with Ella.
Hi.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Ella. I'm Luca.
Yeah.
I'm Eitan.
Yeah.
I'm Gabe.
Yeah.
I'm Jeremy. I'm Mitch.
Yeah.
I'm Marissa.
Hey, Rebecca.
And they have come together to practice. Tonight is not about telling anyone what they should think about Israel or anything. Tonight is not about anti-Semitism. Tonight is actually about love. We spend so much time worrying about Jewish community, worrying about Israel. Tonight we're going to go a little bit deeper than fear. Tonight we're going to connect. Tonight is about love and learning and listening, meeting someone who you have maybe never met before, learning from them and opening our hearts and our mouths in song together. And Lily has a special person she wants to introduce to, who's a special guest tonight. Will you do that for us?
Yeah, I want to do some logistics. Hi, I'm Lily. I'm the director for our DU Hillel. Thank you. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without everybody in this room, in this moment. If you have to use the bathroom, there are bathrooms just out these doors and then to the left. There is a girls' restroom, a men's bathroom, and downstairs there's an all-gender bathroom. So make yourself at home, please. There's lots of spaces to find yourself comfortable. If things are too loud, feel free to make yourself at home. We are a home away from home, so like truly make yourself at home. There's water downstairs. Yeah, make yourself at home. I want to say thank you to everybody who's new here and welcome you to this building. And I'm really grateful because with the help of our campus partners, we can stay safe here on campus. And actually, we're really blessed to have the chief of safety and community engagement staff from campus security here with us tonight. So thanks so much for being here. And thank you all for showing up tonight. You know, I tell my students every Friday night, it is such a choice to choose to be here, to choose to celebrate Judaism. And I feel so blessed that we all get to be here tonight in song, in prayer, in joy. And so let's get into Shabbat. Let's dig into what it can mean to rest and connect and be together.
We'll begin our service in these red Sidurim on page number 10 with Yedid Nefesh, which is about all of that. About beloved, my soul, compassionate, my parent. Draw me, your servant, to your desire. Page 10. If you don't have a Sidur, there's some extra around the room on extra chairs or in the back. So find one. If Hebrew is super familiar to you, awesome. If Hebrew is super not familiar to you, great. There is transliteration throughout in the red. If you look around on the page, you'll find that. And music is in beyond language. So find a gateway to prayer and connection, however feels right for you tonight.
And I heard this is a melody that we don't usually do here at Hillel, so we're going to sing just the melody of the verse without the words a couple of times, and then we're going to sing the first verse a couple of times. We're not going to go through all of the words.
we'll continue on page 20 at the red triangle with Romemu.
Romemu
Adonai
Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Next week, my teacher, Joey Weisenberg, is going to be in town, and he tells a story about in the Hasidic courts when they would sing these melodies, these nikunim, and there were two jobs that people would have. One job, the person on the right-hand side of the Rebbe, their job, when the people would sing vigorously, they would go up in pitch. And so the melody's getting higher and higher, and eventually it's too high, so then they would have to bring it. Their job was to be really loud and bring it back down to a reasonable key. And somebody else's job was when it got too fast and too vigorous, then they would have to have a big boot, and they would kick the ground and slow things down, but they wouldn't stop the song. So we're not going to stop the song. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Ay, 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 Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodso. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. don't think they had bass ukulele in the courts of the Hasidim. I don't know. They should have.
But how beautiful to have people in our lives that slow us down, that help us find a sense of Shabbat when we need it, to help us stay in tune with one another and with our lives. We may not have all of those, but we still need those kind of people in our lives to help us unwind, untie the knots, to be able to rest and appreciate all that there is when we slow down as Shabbat gives us. We'll now turn to page 20. Are we going to do this? Yeah, we're going to turn to page 22. We're going to invite in that nigun, that wordless melody that we began with, and add some words to it for Ana B'Koach on page 22 that invites us literally to untie those knots, whatever it is that has wound us up this week, to be able to allow Shabbat into our lives to untie a little bit.
I just also want to share there are more chairs. Come on in, or maybe scooch over. Make friends with these new people, these new faces.
Anna B'Koach Gedulat Yemincha Tatzir Tzerura Tatzir Tzerura Kaverina Reina Dam Chasag Veinu Dareinu Noora Anna B'Koach Gedulat Yemincha Tatzir Tzerura Tatzir Tzerura Just voices. Anna B'Koach Gedulat Yemincha Tatir Tzerura Tatir Tzerura Kaverina Inna Dam Chasag Veinu Dareinu Noora Anna B'Koach Gedulat Yemincha Tatir Tzerura Tatir Tzerura Kaverina Inna Dam Chasag Veinu Dareinu Noora sing this note for a little bit, just our voices. Can you hear somebody else's voice? Notice a specific voice around you. When you need to take a breath, just take one, that's fine. Now focus on somebody else's voice. Keep singing. And you'll notice that when you can't hold the sound, when you have to take a breath, somebody else has got you. The community is supporting you. Just like when somebody else needs to take a breath, you're keeping the note going and supporting them.
In a moment, we'll turn to page 23, and we'll invite in Shabbat as a guest, a beloved. And I wonder who that person, who that force, what that is for you tonight. Who it is that you might want to invite in, who it is you need. And I wonder what it might look like for you to invite in someone or something, some space to shift, to soften your heart, and to be open to a little bit of movement and thinking and connection. When I was a camp director and outdoor educator, we used to talk about the outdoor education model, which was, I'm going to give this to you to handle. I really don't need that microphone, I don't think, anyway.
It's something about your history with being a camp outdoor education educator that you don't need this.
I really don't need it. We used to talk about a model that was a thaw, shift, refreeze model. That you would go on an outdoor education trip, you would go to camp, you would show up at Hillel, and it would allow you to thaw a little bit. As Anna Bakoach says, we are wound up, we are tight, we are close-hearted, unfortunately, a lot of our lives, because sometimes that's just how we need to be to function in the world. But sometimes we have experiences in community or transformative moments that allow us to thaw, to open up. Just like Pharaoh in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Bo, who has a hard heart, a heavy heart, a heart that is closed. And through the process, this dance with Moses and Aaron and God, Pharaoh is able to soften his heart, to be open to a radical change in thinking, to let the Israelites go. A topic that Ellie will talk about a little bit more in her Devar Torah over dinner. But I wonder for each of us, what an experience might have been for us recently. Maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was a conference, maybe it was a conversation that allowed you to soften your heart a little bit. Or maybe something that even changed your mind or opened you to a new perspective that thawed you a little bit. And then maybe you refroze, because we can't walk through the world and always be open at every moment to everything. But there are experiences that we have that allow us to open, to thaw, to shift our thinking, our perspective. And so at this point, I'd like to invite you to turn to someone around you, or maybe a couple of people, form a little chavruta, a little study group, and share what was a heart softening, or a thawing, or a change in perspective experience for you that you've had in this last month. Something that allowed you to shift a little bit. Maybe it was through a relationship, maybe it was through an experience, maybe it was through some other way. But share with someone around you what that experience was and how you were able to shift. And then we'll come back together, and then we'll invite all those who help us to be able to shift, as well as Shabbat, in with Lecha Dodi, after we hear from a few people back into the larger group. So go ahead and take a few minutes to share with those around you. Hi. And introduce yourself, of course. Hi, I'm Sarah. What comes to mind for you?
When I was at home for winter break in Carolina, I got to go to mountains with my 5 best friends. We spent like 5 days there. And we hiked and spent time together.
I guess
Where do you go? Where's home for you?
I'm from Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Okay.
Same family
We
stuff.
were in
I saw my cousins and my grandparents and everything was very, very exciting.
Yeah, it was just nice to spend like
Very,
with
very
the people who I love who I haven't seen in months.
the places I grew up with, took for granted growing up.
And what opened up for you, or what was kind of what was the impact, I guess, for you for that?
My brother's in his mother right now. Shen. He came home and then went right
Really
back.
lovely show. I feel like at school I've been so busy, and it's nice to have like rest. Like a reminder of what rest and like love feels like.
He can't afford it.
Love that. I can definitely appreciate what you're saying, like from a nature perspective, right? Like we went. I have 2 kids, a 2-year-old and a 8-year-old, and we went to California over winter break, and we spent a lot of time at the ocean. And I just moved from California, so it's weird to me a little bit to be in a landlocked state. And just spending time at the ocean amongst like the seals and the birds and hearing what you say reminds me of like how precious that time was for me with my kids. You know, they were kept playing that game where they would go up to the the edge and then run back, and it was really grounding, I would say, right? And I don't know. I guess it kind of opened up. Something about like how you don't need as much technology to find that sense of like
No, gotta go back to
joy,
family.
too. A little bit. I'm gonna have I'm gonna invite you. Yeah, I'll pay call again. I mentioned it, but I was going to call again. So that's right.
Really? I don't know. I just said going home and seeing like more family than I've seen in a while. Like, because my grandparents were there and my cousins and my aunt and uncle, and just being home, like just thinking about the things and places I take for granted, and just like every time I go back, I'm like, man, I'm from San Diego. Yeah. I did? Really? Maybe. It's possible. It's definitely possible.
We're going to go ahead and come back. I invite you to come back and join us so we can hear a little bit, sing a little bit. Okay. I hope you had some really nice conversation and connection and reflection. I'd love to invite just a few people to share, as you feel comfortable, an experience that you shared with your partner or something that resonated and came out of your conversation. Does anyone feel comfortable, or something that is coming up for you around this idea of experiential learning?
So I'd
Yeah.
like to share something that one of my partners told me about.
Yeah.
That was his definition of like opening up, which is the ability to feel emotion both on like both extremes, either extremely bad, extremely good, or everything in between, instead of like closing yourself off to all emotion.
Beautiful. Thank you, Josh. Who else would like to share something? Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence.
Thank you.
Here, do you want to take this so we can hear you?
No, I can be heard. Okay.
He's a doctor, so
What I shared with my neighbors here had to do with meeting a woman who was the niece of a friend of ours who was dying in our neighborhood. And we had never met her before and had heard about her a little bit. But she had come in from Boise, Idaho to tend to her aunt during her dying hours. And she was such a bright light, such a revelation to us, that it made us feel good. Bibi, my wife, who some of you have met, that it just gave us comfort that there was somebody who was tending to Paulette in her dying hours. And so this was a very wonderful revelation to us, and it allowed us to open our emotions even further with regard to Paulette. So that stands out for me. Nobody feels the same way about this. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. I think yeah.
There's
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just want to say this is amazing. And I'm an alum from here at EDU. I graduated in '84 with a degree. With a degree in Jewish history, and it's probably, I think I've got my money's worth since I'm working in a shul. But I just want to say how uplifting this is to see the continuation of Jewish student life here at the University of Denver, as well as the other campuses that are here tonight too. Because when we had Hillel, it was me and other fellow students, and we were working out of converted student apartments at the Religious Services Center, and our section was what would have been the galley kitchen. It was this narrow space. But we ran a Hillel, and we were active. We had over 200 members. We had issues not too dissimilar what you face today, but we still were strong and were a vibrant Jewish presence here at DU. And the last thing I said, one of the director of religious services department here was, his name was Dr. John Rice, Condoleezza Rice's father. And he was an amazing, fantastic supporter and friend to the Jewish students on this campus. And like I say, I just love to see this legacy continue. So kol hakavod to Lily and to all of you here today.
I'm going to go over here to my friend Adam from the Mine.
Hi, everyone. My name is Adam. I'm the president at Minds Hillel, and not Mimes Hillel, in case if anybody in here was confused about that. And I would like to discuss actually something on behalf of a couple of our members. HEA and Cherie at HEA was very gracious and helped sponsor two of our members to go to JNF, one of whom ended up being able to go to the Students Supporting Israel conference that happened a couple weeks later out of contacts from JNF. And it was a life-changing experience for them. They were able to meet organizational contacts in the Jewish community that we had not had contact with previously, which is going to change how we do programming on and how we broadcast ourselves on campus. Along with that, we also got great tools on how to help our members who are facing with or dealing with anti-Semitism on campus and how to stay cohesive in such an environment. So thank you to everyone at HEA for your support of Minds and Jewish life at Minds.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. And did you want to share? I think you had your hand up. Do you want to do?
I don't need that either.
Well, it helps the people on the live stream, so if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna have to modulate way down. Yeah, mine is maybe not as softening as traditionally thought of, but a big part of what brought me here tonight, which is it was very important to us, myself, my wife, that the students who are right now kind of on the front lines of some pretty ugly stuff on a lot of campuses, understand that there is a larger, proud and strong Jewish community that are out here supporting you. We are here for you, not just what you see on campus. You may not see us every day. We ran a group, we're both therapists, over at Rabbi Yossi's at the middle of October. We're available. And where I have found kind of what I'm looking at as softening is really just getting more comfortable in where I am and who I am, being able to respond firmly and directly to anything that needs to be responded to. Whether you want to go from the river to the sea or whatever you think you want to say, being able to stand proud in who I am.
Thank you. Let's take all of that into this Lecha Dodi, welcoming Shabbat, this Shabbat of love, this Shabbat of Jewish love. Page 23.
Ananana Lecha Dodi, Ananana Likrat Kala, Ananana Pnei Shabbat, Pnei Shabbat Shamor, Shamor v'Zachor, B'dibur echad, Yishmiyanu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, Ushmo echad, Shehu tiferet, Shabbat, lechu v'necha, ki im lekol haberacha, merosh mikedem mesucha, sov maaseh v'machshava tchila. Shabbat, Pnei Shabbat Mekabela. Hitoreri, Hitoreri, Ki va'orech kumi ori. Daberi, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla. Aylay, alalala, Lecha Dodi, alalala, Likrat Kala, alalala, Pnei Shabbat, Pnei Shabbat Mekabela. to the second to last verse.
Page 25.
We'll rise now for the last verse. Believe in Shalom.
We continue standing now as we're able to. Tried to catch you just before you sat, but it's good to let the note linger a little bit. We now transition to the Mariv service. So we've just welcomed in Kabbalat Shabbat, literally means receiving Shabbat. And now that we've received it, we get an opportunity to cherish the arrival of Shabbat, a little break from problem sets and writing essays and work and whatever else, as we turn to Baruch Hu and the Mariv service beginning on page 39a.
Yeah.
אתה אדוני אמרי ורבי.
Amen. You may be seated momentarily as we turn to page 44 and re-experience what it might have been like to leave Egypt. And yes, oh, we did skip Shema. Yeah.
I forgot to put Shema in the outline because we did it so many times with the preschool this morning.
This might be the 5th time I've done Shema today.
The amount of times that we say Hamotzi on a Friday is high.
Let's go to page 41 as we take some time to listen and do the Shema together. Page 41. And now we will turn to page 44, revisiting what it might have been like to leave Egypt, to wade through those scary waters, encounter the miracle, and come out on a wider space in song, in community, in freedom. Page 44, Mi Chamocha.
Yeah.
now invite you to rise as we turn to page 46. I now think I know what it might have been like to be with Miriam. Thank you, Lily, for giving us an experience of that. As we turn to page 46 for Vishamru. Shabbos.
I just want to say, so Gabe we used to run services together every Friday night. This is like our song. We would like vamp for so long. So it's so fun like to be together and to all be together. And as we enter this next space of the Amidah and of what it means for our own personal time for connection, I just want to say that prayer means so many different things to so many different people. Maybe these Hebrew words you recognize, maybe they resonate with you and maybe they don't. Maybe these melodies are familiar, maybe they're something totally new and you have no idea what's going on. And they're all valid. Every form of prayer, every form of connection is important and is real. And so I just invite you to take this time as we enter this space of our own silent space to be with yourself in what it means for yourself to connect, whether that mean with your breath, with the darkness of eyes closed, with actually looking around and being one in this room. Prayer can mean so many different things. And I just want to, again, thank yourself for arriving to this space, for climbing this mountain of prayer and getting to this point where we can have our own personal time.
Page 47.
Na 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 na
take some time for our personal prayers, beginning on page 47 in the book, or the words in our hearts. We'll now conclude our service with the prayer that is on the little small sheet that you may have found on your chair when you arrived. It begins with the words, Ve'ani asher uzecha, which comes from Psalm 59. And I will sing of your strength. As we end our service together, we appreciate the strength that is in each of us, and also the strength that surrounds us, of those that are here right around us and those whose presence we feel, who may not even be here physically, but who have given us strength. And as we sing together, I invite you to notice your own voice of strength, and also to notice some of the voices around you that might bring some strength to you as you listen to the songs of those surrounding in our community.
Ani ashir uzecha va'aranei laboker chasdecha ki hayita mizgar li umanos beyom tzadi va'ani ashir uzecha va'aranei laboker chasdecha ki hayita mizgar li umanos beyom tzadi va'ani ashir uzecha הייתה נזכרתי ומנוס ביום צרים. ואני אשיר עוזך לעולמי לבוקר חסדך, כי היית נזכר לי ומנוס ביום צרי. עוזי אליך אזמרה, אזמרה. עוזי אליך אזמרה, אזמרה. עוזי אליך אזמרה, אזמרה. עוזי אליך אזמרה, אזמרה. ואני אשיר עוזך וענני לבוקר חסדך, כי היית נזכר לי ומנוס ביום צרי. ואני אשיר עוזך וענני לבוקר חסדך, כי היית נזכר לי ומנוס ביום צרי. עוזי אליך אזמרה, אזמרה. עוזי אליך אזמרה, אזמרה. עוזי אליך אזמרה, אזמרה. עוזי אליך אזמרה, אזמרה. עוזי אליך
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. We're all going to work together in this next step of bringing the tables into the space. I want to invite us all to maybe move our chairs out of the way a little bit, and work with your neighbors and try to see if we can just, move everything out of the way so that we can bring the tables in. And as you sit down at a table, I just want to inspire us all to try to sit with someone new. You know, we're at this combined Shabbat with many people, so introduce yourself to someone new. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.